YouTube, what's going on, guys? My name is Gray. Today we're going to be taking a deep dive into the Beacn Mix and Mix Create to see why it has become one of the most hot products for content creators over the last 6 months. Beacn came into the industry aggressively about 9 months ago, and I myself have been using their products ever since. Today will be a full unboxing as well as testing all of the capabilities as well as separating the differences between the two. Let's hop right into it. Alright, so first we have the unboxing, guys. Beacn doesn't have any flashy colors or overdone branding. It's actually just a cardboard box. But once you open it up and take a look inside, you see that it is just as simple on the inside as it is on the outside. When you open it up, you get the instructions. Like I said, a very simple box with your traditional power cable, which happens to be Type-C, which is great because Type-C is turning into the new modern standard. So firstly, before we dive into the Mix and the Mix Create, I want to separate the differences between the two. Guys, the Mix Create has only a couple different features. It's very, very neck to neck when it comes to comparing the Beacn Mix to the Beacn Mix Create, and I think it's important to stress that. With the Beacn Mix Create, you get these buttons on the bottom, and these buttons actually work as sort of an audience mute button. So when you press the button, it'll disable the audio from transmitting to your audience mix, which is what your stream or your recording will hear, depending on, you know, what you're doing at the time. And you have one for each channel. It's super nice. You can just hit it, it'll go red, and you'll have the audience completely disabling what you want them to not hear. Now with the Mix, you do not have that feature, but you do have the 4 amazing dials. The Beacn Mix was made for people who just wanted separate audio channels. It's as simple as that. With the Beacn Mix, you get the 4 dials. You also get the press function to mute, as well as turning individual channels up and down with the knobs. Now, with the Mix Create, you have a couple of different options. You can obviously turn the infinity knobs so you can control volume on your separate audio channels. Both the Beacn Mix and the Beacn Mix Create have the software and the capable hardware to have impressive routing, which is the entire reason that this thing works. The software is a massive point of interest, and we will get into that later, but I figured it was important to bring up the differences between the two. So many amazing features, so much to unpack. Let's talk software. The software is a major factor for all Beacn products. Without the software, the product essentially doesn't work, so take that as you will. Hopping into the interface, you're greeted with what you see on the device itself, which is nice to know exactly what adjustments you're making. I personally have some issues with the software. When I first got it, it was a little clunky. It moved kind of weird. It was causing a lot of instability. And I don't know if it was because I was on Windows 11 or if it was an early release. Like I said, I've been with the product since launch, and I couldn't quite pinpoint, what was causing these issues. Luckily, I reached out to the Beacn support and their tech, and they absolutely took care of me. They have a lot of individuals that are working really hard behind the scenes to make sure that your product is working the way it's supposed to. Thankfully, it wasn't a universal issue, and like I said, the engineers took care of me. They helped me walk through, the different versions, what could be causing the issue, running some different tests and diagnostics. They really took their time and took care of me, and that is something that is extremely valuable when you're going with a smaller company that provides a great device. They care a lot about the consumers of the product because they're the ones taking the time to use the thing that they've created. Now, I myself have used the Beacn Mix Create since launch. The Beacn Mix is also a fantastic option, but the Beacn Mix Create is essentially a Beacn Mix Plus. Like it's pretty much the same thing, almost identical besides a couple of adjustments on the device itself, but the software works the same for both. If you are a content creator, streamer, entertainer, podcast host even, the Mix Create is definitely gonna be for you. Now, if you're the average, gamer, work from home, music enjoyer, you name it, the Beacn Mix is definitely a great option for you as well. If you're someone who wants to separate audio tracks, it is definitely something to look into. It is easy to use and has simple but powerful functionality. Thank you guys so much for hopping in today's video. If you guys did enjoy it, please click like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for notifications. And if you want to see more product reviews like this, let me know in the comments down below. We want to make sure that we're giving you guys the best content possible. Guys, it's been Gray. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.